It's the moment we've been waiting for. It's the HAW World Championship match. Oden Schreiner, the challenger, making his way out to the ring here first. And this match is going to be, well, much like the very first match for the contendership. This is a battle of giants. And in this case, a battle of European giants. The German Oden Schreiner, the Viking. You know, it's going to be a card-hitting, colossal, mammoth, huge, giant, large match. And I expect to see a lot of brutality and a lot of strength displayed here tonight. And Oden Schreiner and the Muscle Gang Crash tried to face Viking last week, and here comes Viking. Oh my goodness, that Viking absolutely destroyed Crash. And now the HAW World Champion looks to destroy Oden Schreiner. He's had a good reign so far this month, and he wants to continue it. This has been his life's journey, his life's dream to make it in HAW, to make it in the world of wrestling, and he finally did it. The man standing in his way right now, Oden Schreiner, a former HAW World Champion, one of the most dominant wrestlers in the company. Can he overcome that wall, that obstacle? It's going to remain to be seen. But you know what? The fire in Viking's eyes, maybe it's not fire, maybe it's like a cold, icy steel stare. He seems like the person who could beat Oden Schreiner because he doesn't want to give up that world championship. He wants to hold on to it. He wants to continue reigning, and he wants his dream to stay alive. Well, now Oden Schreiner's ready. Viking staring him down. Referee Des Thompson rings the bell, and the match is underway. Both men staring each other up a little bit as Viking approaches them. And out of the match comes a quick spinebuster by Oden Schreiner, quickly taking down Viking and now punching him in the head. It's always extremely important for someone to get the first hits on the opponent, and Oden Schreiner starts off very quickly, but Viking sending him into the ropes and slapping him across the chest. A slap's not going to put Oden Schreiner away, though. These men need to just launch bombs at each other, essentially, because it's got to be a match of lots of strength, and Oden Schreiner lifting him up and powering him down to the ground with the slam, using his weight as well to bring it down. Not just gravity, but also the weight of the huge Oden Schreiner, forcing Viking into the ground. Viking with an elbow to the head of Oden Schreiner, and now a headbutt to his nose. And now a slap to the chest. Viking going with a mainly striking offense at first. That's an interesting strategy. Oh, but a huge kick. And you know what? The strong legs of Viking will definitely come into play if he could get more kicks on Oden Schreiner. He's stomping him on the ground and stomping him even more. Oden Schreiner trying to get to his feet. Oh, but he gets a little bit of an elbow there. And now, a backbreaker. Well, not just one backbreaker. I think we're going to see multiple backbreakers. Two backbreakers there by Oden Schreiner on to Viking. Now in the corner, sort of sizing him up. What's he doing? Oden Schreiner going to the middle rope. That's something we don't see too often. And a headbutt across the ring connects with the midsection of Viking. Wow. I'm not sure I've ever seen Oden Schreiner go to a aerial offense, but it's an HAW World Championship match, and folks, you got to give everything you have in this type of environment. And up in the air. Oh, but Viking very wisely powers out of that. And a bulldog there to Oden Schreiner, sitting down the challenger. Now a kick to the back section. Viking continuing that striking offense. He goes to the front of Oden Schreiner, waiting for him to get to his knees, helps him up, and headbutts his chin. But Oden Schreiner, an overhead belly-to-belly suplex there by Oden Schreiner onto Viking. The slam seemed to be coming in Oden Schreiner's direction. 1, 2, 3. Oh! Viking kicking out at the last moment. Oden Schreiner's offense paying dividends here as Viking can't seem to get anything going. and nearly lost the match right there as a huge elbow drop with the very large arms of Oden Schreiner being driven into the chest of Viking. Viking gets sent into the turnbuckle. And uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. He's all the way up there, and there's a lot of height involved. I don't know what's going to happen, but it could be dangerous. That's very high, and oh! My goodness. A backdrop from the top rope, and Viking falling, and we've got the elbows driven into the chest once again. We've got ourselves a cover. 1, 2, and Viking kicking out at a quick 2 that time. But Oden Schreiner can't believe it, covering his head in disbelief, but he has to get back on it because the champion is still the champion. And now Viking, an abdominal stretch there by Oden Schreiner. Oden Schreiner may have took a little bit too long to try and figure out what to do because Viking seems to be in control now. And the throw toss. Oh my goodness, he hits out Oden Schreiner. That could be the match right there, folks. 1, 2, oh my! The throw toss out of desperation by Viking couldn't come out with the victory though. Oh wow, that may have been his best shot. He needs to really continue that offense, but a spinebuster again by Oden Schreiner might have quickly stifled that. I'm not so sure. Viking was in shock, Oden was in shock earlier, everyone's in shock because they're just giving it their all. And what the... Oh my goodness, he's got him for the chokeslam! He sent him up in the air, and down goes Viking after the chokeslam. Oden Schreiner, 1, 2, 3, and there it is! That's the match! Oden Schreiner is the new HAW World Champion, and a spectacular fashion. Oh my goodness, the crowd was actually chanting, "This is awesome," and that is something we've seen only once before in Oden Schreiner's career. Oh my goodness, folks, I cannot wait for the replay of that. I wish there was slow motion, but there isn't because that was amazing. And look at that height on that off the top rope. That's at least probably a 15-foot drop. Absolute madness right there. And that elbow. Oden Schreiner is great with that elbow, with those huge, freakishly large arms. But Viking kicking out, and this was it, the throat toss that won Viking the championship. That's one of many matches, and he thought he had it here. He went for the cover, 2, and look at that. But this right here, Irish whips him, and look at the height here. I don't know what happened. Catches him with a chokeslam. And Viking was so stunned, he gets put right down onto the ground. Even referee Dennis Thompson was surprised at that. The crowd went wild, and there was the 3 count. And raising his hands is your new HAW World Champion, Oden Schreiner. The Muscle Gang will be celebrating. They've got the National Championship, and now they've got the World Championship. Oden Schreiner, your victor, and your new HAW World Champion.